the surprise of the season, Nottingham Forest away from home. We're going to see what will happen in that game. So we're going to discuss everything and give you our own prediction of what will happen in that game. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Volt Sports on Volt 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin. I'm here with the 18 to talk about the Premier League and the second round or the second leg of the Copa del Rey is happening today and tomorrow too. We're going to talk about that. Real is playing Real Sociedad today. Good morning, John. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, football maniacs. Welcome to another exciting show. Premier League is back today, and we shall see who's ready for the last run of the season.
Good morning, Nonso. How are you?
Good morning, sport listener. Good morning, Godwin. As we say, Premier League is back, but it no sweets me again because my team know they compete for Europe next season. I need them to be in continental football next season. But as you know they there, let's enjoy the rest of
You
the
go
season.
survive Premier League first before you talk about
How did you survive Premier
You
League?
never
Nothing you want
survive.
talk. With 8 points. If people dey 5 points above relegations, we don't survive Premier League. Now me, we don't do 8 points. 8 points.
Okay.
Moving on to next season, please.
Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We will be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's start with the Premier League. And Arsenal is playing today. Arsenal will play Fulham at the Emirates Stadium. Wolves will play West Ham United, and Manchester United will go away to Nottingham Forest in that encounter. Okay, let's start with the Arsenal game. Arsenal is going to be playing Fulham. Good news for Arsenal fan because Saka is fully back and Arteta said he can go immediately, but I know he will not start today. They have to give him time to breathe before they will start him, but he's going to be ready for that Champions League game against Real Madrid. But in this game against Fulham, Arteta, the league is gone. So nobody's talking about the league again with Arsenal because if you look at, they are 12 points behind Liverpool in that title race. I don't think they can. There's 9 games to go. I don't think they can cover that 9 points. That point within 9 games. But they need to get as much as possible in the season. Now they are playing Fulham at the Emirates after Fulham losing that FA Cup game at the weekend. They go to Emirates. What do you think will happen in that game, John?
You know, this encounter is one that Arsenal need to win. They are just 4 points ahead of Nottingham Forest. You know, you never know what you're going to get in that game between Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. It could just be a Nottingham Forest win, and then they close that point down to 1 point gap. So Arsenal need to win to secure their position. And second, we're not talking about them advancing and closing in on Liverpool at the top, but, you know, focus on your game, win your game, and then you look up and you see where you finish at the end of the season. It would be terrible for them to finish outside second because that would undermine the quality season they've had, except for those same mistakes they keep making year in, year out, and, you know, keep finishing just shy of first on the Premier League table. So
It's not just shy,
they need to win their game to be able to finish as high up as possible.
Okay, now, so what do you think will happen in that game?
What I think will happen in the game is irregular, the usual. Fulham are grieving. And as a grieving lion, they can do anything to get results.
They can grieve back to back.
Now, wait till we talk about Nottingham Forest.
Same thing that happened that
We said the same thing about Nottingham Forest.
Also said, I cannot lose back to back. How market?
Calm down. Same thing we talked about Nottingham Forest, and we said they can grieve back to back. And they came back from a grieving loss, and they won their next match. 5-0, and they won 7-0. Another team was grieving, and they came and they played a draw. Now, it gets some things where disappoint us, where they use their grief, enter another grief, we understand. But for this Fulham side, FA Cup was very crucial to their season. You get the FA Cup, you get the Continentals. It was that simple. Now, everybody in that top, I think in the final 4, are in place for the Continentals. Aston Villa, Man City, Nottingham Forest, they're in place for the Continentals already. It now depends where they finish. Either you finish in Conference League or you finish in Europa League, or you finish in the Champions League. It depends where you finish, but everybody that is remaining are in place for the Continental, except for Fulham. If they had finished, or they have knocked Brighton out, or if they have won their game against Crystal Palace, they would probably be in a shout for the Continentals. So I feel like this game now is another shout to say, okay, fine, since we've lost it by this way, let's get it by this way. And getting a point against Arsenal would be one of the bonuses of the season.
Getting a point doesn't do them more.
Getting the point, let me rephrase. Getting the point against Arsenal would be a bonus for them.
Okay, at that, when talking to the press, he was talking about Nwaneri and Lewis Kelly. I think both of them have done exceptionally well. You know, when you start a season, you don't really plan with these boys.
Yes.
You plan with your first team, but opportunities like this come out. then both of them have taken the opportunity, especially for Luis Kelly, because nobody expected him. Nwaneri, okay, there people were always talking about Nwaneri even last season, but Luis Kelly is the one of the exceptional of this season. Probably he has made that left back his own, because again, Calafiori is injured in the international break. He's not going to play, and Zinchenko is, is here and there. I don't know if he's going to leave this summer. Maybe he will leave this summer, except they convert him back to the midfield where he started before. But these two players have done well. We are expecting them to do well in this game. What do you make of these two players?
Yeah, their performances has been exceptional. Talk about Luis Kelly breaking into the English national side. Talk about Nwaneri getting that position, making it his own in the absence of Saka. Apart from a few key moments where the club could have needed a finisher on that side, you wouldn't have noticed that Saka was missing, because Nwaneri was catching all the headlights in his absence. So they've had fantastic seasons so far. The problem now is the moment Calafiori is back, the moment Saka is back, they are now going to go back to the shelf. That's because this is the same Arteta we've known before. Once Calafiori is back, you can't sign Calafiori for how many millions and then come and put him on the bench for Luis Kelly to play. So he's either going to be switching him out of that position back to the center, but then you don't want to mess up the combination of Gabriel Magalhaes and what's his name now, the Rolls Royce. But it's these little things, is these little nuances in the club, who starts for who plays when who is not available, and then how are they going to utilize these players going forward? Because obviously they're not going to go sitting back on the bench perennially. They are going to look for a move. So if Arsenal cannot manage their game time and assure them of getting game time, they could well lose them.
Moving? Luis Kelly will move where?
That's what I'm saying now. Baba has had his breakout. He's had his taste of national team. If Calafiori comes back and he goes back to the bench for a long spell,
I think
he's going to
it
come around him.
It makes sense for you to bench him for Calafiori, because the way he plays, if you want to play that your style of play, he plays it better. Even though Calafiori plays it well, because the amount of goal he has scored for Arsenal shows that he can adapt too. But it's going to be interesting. Part of the thing he talked about in the press, that Arsenal is going to have a good summer. They need to increase the depth of the squad. That means they need all the players they can to challenge for the league next season.
Zubi they come now. Oyasba they come. Let's just go sign a few.
Maybe no try sign Oyasba.
They just go sign. They go sign.
Maybe no just try sign Oyasba.
They go sign the full Spanish national team, the current national team of Spain. They go, except for the ones that they play for Barca. They go sign the rest of them. Come Fabian Ruiz, Zubimendi, Oyasba, and the etc. If they ask now one, no problem. But I feel like for the current squad, they are okay. Now with introduction of Nwaneri, we've been crying for that guy to play in the first team for like a very long time, and we saw glimpses of him last season. We saw flashes of him this season as well. But for Luis Kelly as Zinchenko, the comparison is Zinchenko is always inverting into midfield. And when we saw Luis Kelly play in the English setup, I told somebody this guy is not playing as a left back, because I saw his position. He was always in the midfield. He was always in the center of the field. So he was always inverting for England. I think for Tuchel, he was always inverting, and we had a 3-man back for England at some point. So I feel like if you want an inverting fullback, this guy is your guy. Ben White is your guy. They invert into the DM role and allow the DM and the CM to go on and do their best. You have a 3-man back still waiting for any attack. You have your Saliba, you have somebody. So if it's Ben White inverting, then fine. If it's Jurgen Timber inverting, then fine. If it's Luis Kelly inverting, then fine. You still have your Timber, Saliba, and Gabriel, or maybe Ben White when he's fully fit, because now rumors is that he's fit and he's back in training. So if you have these players, your defense line has quality on the bench and quality in the starting line.
I think Arsenal doesn't have a problem in
defense. Now where we have a problem is midfield.
Actually,
it's not midfield. It's attack.
Actually,
we keep exempting the midfield.
So what?
Odegaard go injury now. How did it
move back there? That's what we are saying.
Declara is come up for there. Who will you?
Nwaneri moves back into the center. Saka maintains his wing. Yes. What are we saying?
I think the problem there is actually the attack.
The midfield and the attack
who is
always
be a problem. That's what I'm
saying. If you take out the first three people starting in midfield, you don't have replacements for them.
Remove the first three people in any team, you have a problem. That's how it works everywhere. The truth is that you cannot buy 6 players, top quality players, and put 3 on the bench and watch 3 of they'll sit down there and they host. For example, you can buy Agula and Agula and Hendrick. They are a young star. They can afford to stay on the bench for 2 years. But you cannot buy an established star and keep him on the bench,
You know,
hoping that
see-
Rice will get injured one day. It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work
Look
that
at
way.
it now. Look at let's say the case of I don't know which team to use now. The
Use
Andagula.
any, use
No,
any
no.
team.
Let's use Andagula now and Hendrick for example. You know they are hungry
But they are youngsters, they can
and
stay.
they are hungry and they are quality. You get hungry and quality.
Mm.
You put them in the team, and Agula gets you a set piece and he scores. He plays the match and he scores. For
He's
you.
not complaining on the bench.
Now
right?
he's not complaining on the bench.
Yes, that's
Now
what I'm saying.
Waneri cannot fit that role for Odegaard. He plays better from the flanks. We've seen that. So if Saka is not available, you say, okay, fine, Waneri can go and play there. But in that midfield, you can't trust Jorginho, you can't trust Moreno to play in that midfield in place of Partey and Declan Rice.
You see the point. The point is
So
that
I'm
you
saying
don't need
no matter how
No.
no matter how we keep talking about the Arsenal
No.
attack, the Arsenal attack,
Yes.
they don't have the attack yet. They need to go and that's
attack
why
is
you
the problem for
that's
me.
why you need to
Attack
do,
is
see,
the
that's why you need to
problem.
do full investment attack. Then you do a sub investment in midfield for backups.
That's what I'm saying.
always
you
do
have, you
backup.
have people like
Mm.
Moreno,
Mm.
Jorginho,
Eh.
and other Waneri.
Mm.
These three can actually play for maybe top, let's say like top 10, bottom top 10 clubs, which is okay for you. In the on
Mm.
your bench, you don't buy established star and put them on the bench and expect them to be happy. That's the
Unless
point.
you tell me that you are going to look out for an Adam Wharton, a young or
You have to
promising
buy
star.
a promising star. And
You
keep him on
can't
the
buy,
bench.
you can't, like, for example, now, and just because it happens at
Mm.
Real Madrid doesn't mean that it's the same thing for other clubs, because some of these guys are just wearing that shirt alone.
Even check
is-
Liverpool. Liverpool have young stars on the bench in their
Simple.
midfield. That's how it works everywhere.
Quality is see, it's not quantity. Oh.
So Moreno is not
I'm
enough
not
quality
saying-
to be on the
I'm
bench.
not saying get 70 players in
Wow.
like your London rivals. I'm not saying get 50 players in like some other people just go to the market
The
and buy.
London rivals, how far with the 70 players?
Now that's quantity, not quality.
Mm.
I'm not saying go to the market and buy everything you see. I'm saying go to the market, get somebody that you know when this player is off. This person can slot in that position and you won't feel his absence.
What will that,
Arsenal does
what,
not have that.
what will that guy be doing for the 70 games when this
Bro,
other guy is on?
you can't keep Baka got Dani Olmo in.
Yes.
Yes.
And in that position, there were players they were playing there.
Who
Now
was
wait,
there?
now
Who
wait,
was
now
boy?
now
No,
wait,
Who?
wait,
Name
wait,
the players
wait.
that were playing there.
In the attacking midfield,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
before Dani Olmo came in this summer, you had a De Jong who can play in that position.
De Jong
He had
plays
in
the defensive
De Jong
midfield.
plays in defense.
I
You
said
can't
De
call
Jong
him
plays in
there.
defense.
He
What is
doesn't have
Gavi?
in
What
the
is Gavi
CM.
doing for the team?
He's a CM.
What is Gavi doing for
The
the
point
team?
you are trying
There's a
to
Pedri.
explain-
Wait, come now. In midfield, you have three midfielders.
Uh-huh.
There's the Pedri, De Jong, and Gavi.
Gavi is an
Yes.
academy player.
Now with this guy coming in,
Almost making it
with
four.
Rafinha coming in, Rafinha can play in the 10th position. You know.
Yes, but he plays from the wings.
Now he plays from the wing and from the left or for the right
Uh.
as well. So this man invited him to the left.
Uh-huh.
Now, who else is there? There are plenty
Yeah.
players there. Then you have
In
to
the
bring in.
midfield.
Who else
Now
is
you
there in the
know we
midfield?
said something about Omo not playing 90 minutes.
You bring,
Now because you bring him in, Abi.
see the
you bring
point
him-
I'm trying to make.
So your
This
sub
one-
will always make sense.
Who are the subs? The sub is Lopez,
Yeah.
academy player. Gavi,
Lopez.
academy
Academy
Gavi is
player,
not.
yes.
Gavi is not
See,
defensive. Gavi is
see.
starting.
is
When he's fit, he's starting.
now he's fit.
Now
but
he's
he's
fit,
not starting.
start.
He's not started because this
He's
is
just
when-
coming back from injury.
Yes.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
yeah, so
Thank
he's
you.
not starting now. He's not starting now, and the last match almost started.
See the point
Now,
I'm trying
and
to make.
inside almost started. There's also a Palo.
The point I'm
So-
trying to make. You cannot,
There is,
for
you
example,
cannot call
buy.
academy projects and call academy projects star players for the team that they are having backup.
What
There's
is
no
Omo?
backup,
What is Omo?
bro.
Was not a prospect. Was not a project. Is it because he went to Croatia and traveled around the world and went to Leipzig?
I've become established now. They bought him.
He's
the
an
Russian-
I'm
established
still
star
saying,
right
I'm
now.
still saying the same thing with Pedri. Is also established for the team.
What are we arguing? We are arguing that for Arsenal,
For Arsenal,
Moreno, Jorginho, and Waneri can substitute that defense. You cannot have 3-6 top players playing in your
Moreno,
team.
Jorginho,
Yes,
and who?
and Waneri can play that midfield.
Then
which
if
is-
Saka is out, so who replaces him?
That's what the attack we are talking about. They need to buy in the attack, not midfield. That's what the
Bro,
argument.
Waneri
is.
goes to the midfield, to the flanks.
That's what Waneri
Waneri
started,
goes
you know
there.
that Waneri started well in the midfield when
Of course.
Odegaard was out.
Yes.
Before Saka went out, because Odegaard was out, Waneri was coming to that midfield.
Yes.
He's a midfielder, not a
He was
winger,
always driving in from that right.
but he's a midfielder.
Yes, but
So-
who is always running into the right
Is
place?
he a midfielder or an attacker? He's a midfielder. That they converted him to an attacker does not mean he
Mm.
should stay there. But let's see what Arsenal is going to do in the summer if they are going to. Arteta says that they are going to be a big
Please,
summer
they
for
should
them.
sign 2 strikers.
Let's
I
see
don't
what
want to hear
happens.
one.
Let's see what happens with them in this summer. Okay, let's go to our YouTube channel. They are already talking about this Arsenal game, and Emmanuel Okitibi is a happy new month, Emmanuel, and Drake Media is good morning, guys. Happy new month to everyone. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports, and Emmanuel is saying, I don't think Luis Kelly will go back to the bench. Nwaneri is likely going to be a full backup for Saka and Odegaard now. Yes, and he's saying Luis Kelly has been playing even when Califury is fit. And Luis Kelly has shown he can play as an inverting and out fullback. That boy is talented. And finally, saying at Alonso, no matter how you explain, there is no team in the world where you have 6 quality players of the same standard. That's true.
Real Madrid.
Which Real Madrid?
Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde. Lucas Modric.
I keep telling you
Last
that
season.
an outlier can never be a model for the remaining 99,000 clubs out
Just
there.
one or two players.
Just one out
And
of
if
1,000
you look
clubs.
at
How
it-
many have?
If you look at it, for example, if you look at it, Modric says that any way you play me is okay. Whether I play, I don't play. And I'm just there to help the team. If you look at what his name, that one that play for Arsenal, that Ceballos, it doesn't bother if he plays or not. So those people, most people on that team does not even bother. They are quality, but they don't bother.
That's why I'm telling you that wearing that shirt
It's good
alone
for
is
them.
achievement for them, and they are okay to sit on the bench, just like our brother Obi Mikel sat on Chelsea's bench and collected his fat paycheck for a couple of years, and it's fine. You get it. But you can't tell me that every time we talk about this situation, use Real Madrid as a case study. They are not a case study.
Everybody wants to play for Real Madrid, and finally
I'm
saying,
still calling club, and you shut me out too.
which other club?
Chelsea.
Leave Chelsea. Modric is out. He's saying that Modric is out. You can't count Modric again. Okay, then let's get your prediction for that game. Arsenal and Fulham. Who wins? Remember, our Nigerian brothers are there, so make you now.
One only with Nigerian
Arsenal
brother.
is winning. Arsenal is winning.
Arsenal is winning that game.
Yes.
I think
Okay,
a draw.
A draw in that game. Okay, other games happening today is Wolves versus West Ham. Wolves are probably going to survive this relegation battle, but they need to get all 3 points against West Ham.
Of
What
course.
do you make of this game? Who do you think will
God
win
will
this
rephrase
game?
I don't
that
understand.
question.
You're asking go
Godwin.
to it and the
God will rephrase
I
that
don't
question.
understand.
God will rephrase that. Which one is Wolf need the 3 points? God will rephrase.
They need
Rephrase.
to survive. They don't want them
God
to
will
survive.
change the question. It's not Wolf need the 3 points. West Ham need the 3 points.
So you know what will make Wolves survive?
No, Wolf already survive. You get? Now them they did.
Now you guarantee their survival.
They already survive. You
They are
get?
just begging for a draw.
No, I'm
today.
not begging
They
for
are
a draw.
begging
Look
for
at
a
it
draw.
now. 26 points above 18th position. That is 17 points. You get? So if you might do plus or minus now about 19 points, they use the pass. So sorry, 9 points. They use the pass relegation, but so they've survived relegation already. Let them just lose this one and leave us the opportunity to go further and try and see if we can salvage the season and get Conference League. At least go back and win
Who
it.
got you Conference League?
You know, I'm just saying. But I know it's not possible this year again.
What are we saying? Just stick
But
to
if
reality.
we finish seventh now, which I know is not 10 points between us and 7th position and
You know
more.
they press
You
calculator
know, and now
now.
calculator FC everybody. As it be now, everybody now na calculator FC because as per the press calculator to see where Liverpool go drop points, where they pick up the points. Why they fear they find where another person go drop points, where they pick up. So everybody at this season on the end now with just 9 games to go, everybody is a calculator FC. So for me, I feel like Potter, don't go to Monelos and embarrass us. Don't go there and try and see if you can salvage a point.
Aspire to Maguire.
Just go there and get the 3 points. Get us players that will get the 3 points. That's what I want.
Okay, John, what's your prediction for that game first?
For that game, I'm predicting Wolves winning and moving into safety.
Ebelebe,
We
9
can't
points is
allow.
already
Excuse
safety
me.
enough.
We can't allow Wolves to relegate.
9
No.
points is already safety
We
enough.
cannot. We cannot. 9 points is not good enough. Go and ask. What's his name now? Big Sam. Go and ask Big Sam. 9 points is not enough. If you can get 15, get 15, and you know that you are safe. If somebody else can replace you in that position, aka West Ham, let them replace you in that position, and you know you are safe.
They cannot replace me. You get, because I'm 34 points, they are 26. So 8 points above. You understand? I senior them. When you carry go here, who you pick pass your bigger than the person.
You just need to lose 3 games and they win.
And they win, and it's not possible. And I cannot lose 3 games straight.
Okay,
You get
But you lost 2 straight.
Calm down, that was dead.
Okay, Wolves have 26 points, and the 18th position Ipswich Town have 17 points. Hopefully, they have 9 points above relegation. If they just win maybe 3 more games, if they win 3 more games out of 9, out of 9, probably 6 more games out of 9, they will survive this. Depending if Ipswich and Leicester wins their game, but
we win the rest of the 9 games.
Yes, it's going to be
the way Leicester is even playing like this, that they've not scored a goal in their home stadium.
You are looking very, very.
I'm looking very, very safe. I'm safe.
I'm not looking safe, man.
I'm looking very, very safe.
Okay.
8 points above Wolf. Wolf is so 8 points.
You guys are facing off today. A loss to them today.
I'm going to beat Wolf. It's normal.
It's down to
see Wolf
5.2.
Wolf today is what the Igbos call open kufu. Is walkover.
My only problem is that if this game goes anyway, you will not be here to face the music tomorrow.
Face the music. I came here today to tell you that I'll be here tomorrow to face the music that I'm going to win.
Okay, I forgot to mention that Aston has a new director now. They have a new director after Edu left in November. Andrea Beta is going to be their new director. He's one that he came from Atletico. He's one that bought all those expensive players. So all these players, he bought Costa from Chelsea, bought Joao Felix from Benfica, bought a whole lot of players for Atletico Madrid. That's why Arteta was saying that he's going to have a huge summer, because this guy can buy players. So let's see how he and Arteta is going to build Arsenal next season. Okay, let's move on to the last game happening in EPL today. Is Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. If you look at Nottingham Forest, they are the surprise of the season. They are third on the table. They are in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Hopefully, they qualify for the Champions League. I need them to qualify for the Champions because they deserve it. They deserve it, even though they have lost 7 games this season, but they sit third with 54 points. It's actually good for them. They have only 9 games to go. They just need to win a couple of games, maybe 6 out of 9, and there's no way Chelsea and other teams will win, will top them. But if you look at that game against Manchester United has started building gradually. They are doing well gradually. Even though every press conference they're asking Amorim, Rashford is playing well, how far now? Anthony is playing well, how far now? But he kept focusing on that he's planning for the future, and he's planning with the team he has today. But in this game, Nottingham Forest and Manchester United, what will happen in that game?
It's a game where it could go either way. And like I said, and Manchester United fans, feel free to call in and put me in my place. I understand how you guys are feeling, but let's not come in here and say it's something else, right? This is a Nottingham Forest side that's been in the best form of their life so far. And they are going to face a Manchester United side that are in derision. And that's the way it is. The problem is, can they just bury these guys once and for good tonight? Can they? Because we give them, even if it's a sniff of water, they are going to come back to life. So go out there, do the job, and then close it out. But then, of course, there are people around the globe that are waiting for a Manchester United win so that they can finish higher up the table, winking at Chelsea fans wherever they are, because they are looking at Manchester United, just do this one for us, right? So, but for me, I'm going to call this one in favor of Nottingham Forest, and let's see if they can close it out. But, a lot of people have been saying with these guys scoring, and Isco even saying that they should crowdfund Anthony's money, let Anthony stay another year or whatever. I think the bottom line is Amorim is better for these guys leaving the club.
Okay, we'll talk about that. But so if you look at that game, Nottingham Forest, has actually did well, and they are playing Manchester United. What do you think will happen in that game today?
The last time they met, last year, Nottingham Forest won by 3 goals to 1.
At Old Trafford,
3 goals to 2 at Old Trafford. And before then, it was just the reverse, and so on and so forth. So I think the last time they met, it was tough to see that Man United could play the football they played. Now, in the last 5 games in the Premier, let's say in the last 5 games of Man United, they've won at least 4 of them. Or in the last 10 games, they've won 4. They've played 2 draws and so on, and they've lost 1. So I feel like Man United have gone into a stage where they can win games, close out games, and put up the performance. But though we're not seeing the full performance on the pitch, we're saying they can still go there, put up the performance, and get the result that is needed. For Man United, I just feel like if they can get the result in this one, they help Chelsea. It's just offering a helping hand. They help Chelsea get the trophy, because the same way Chelsea.
Which trophy? Okay, top four trophy.
Top
Okay,
four,
okay,
Mhm.
yes,
to
okay,
cement
yes,
their
yes.
place
You
in
know,
the
as
top
we
four.
used to call
You
it
know,
top
say
four trophy.
it's
Yes.
top four trophy. Any if you don't finish for top four, if you don't finish for top four, then you just play the Premier League season. But when you finish in the top four, you get a trophy for finishing in the top four. So to get their top four trophy cemented, they just need to get the result against Nottingham Forest. But the Nottingham Forest side that I'm looking at is not a side you can just come and get the win easily. They will make you work for it. They will make you suffer for it. If you're going to even get the result, they will make you suffer for it. And I think that's one thing to look out for. Physicality that is lacking in Man United side.
You know, if you told somebody like 3 years ago or 4 years ago that Manchester United will go to Nottingham Forest and become underdogs in that game, nobody will believe
Nobody
it.
will believe it.
That
No
football can
doubt.
just turn like it's where Manchester United they keep falling. You know, when you are falling, you think this your fall, no, to you never fall well.
Not too
But
far away.
the way they are falling is like they will catch something, they will catch relegation at some point this season. But Amorim came in to stable the ship. It might not be next season they will be stable. Maybe it might take them 2 seasons to be stable. But if you look at what he was saying in press conference yesterday, he was talking about Bruno Fernandes. He's 30 years old.
Yes.
And he's saying that he's going to win the league. I don't know if you are 30 and you want to win the Premier League, how long do you think you will stay? Because
That one is one of the
they asked him
questions.
the question that because there is a rumor that Fernandes will go to Real Madrid next season, and he was saying that he have told him already that he's going to stay. But the problem is Fernandes is 30 years old.
Yes.
And he needs to win something.
Yes.
You know, if he's
Just
there for-
like his brother in parenthesis in Munich needs to win something as well too. So
No
at some
comparing
point,
two of them.
at some point you have to weigh loyalty pari passu with trophies and look at yourself because you are just one piece in this equation, right? And you do the best thing for yourself in some of these instances rather than hope on promises because Amorim could be gone next season. Amorim could be gone next season. That project could go southwards and you've lost the opportunity to make
All the
dream
managers
move to
don't come. The
Madrid.
manager that brought him in, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that brought him in, saw his potential. Ralf Rangnick saw his potential.
And
Amorim
none
is seeing
of
his
them
potential.
could have utilized
Ten
it.
Hag.
None of them was able to
They were
maximize his
able to.
potential.
Was it the squad? Was it in the squad that won the Europa League?
No, yes.
Was
No.
it Jose Mourinho
Jose
after 1
Mourinho.
year after?
Then
Okay.
I think it was 2021. I think January.
So you only won.
He went to
Cup
the
and-
he went to the Europa League finals with against Villarreal that they lost.
Okay.
But he didn't win with Mourinho.
So the only trophy he
was
has
the
won with
only
Manchester
second
United
season.
with is with
FA Cup and Carabao Cup. So
Carabao
it's not handy. It's not handicap. He don't win trophy. He say like his brother in Bayern Munich. Which one be his brother in Bayern Munich? His brother in Bayern Munich stay almost 10 years for one club. He no see trophy. When big club they find out like Man U, and that year, people keep saying it and I say it here, but people don't really understand. If he had gone to Man United, if the brother in Munich had gone to Man United, that season they went against Villarreal in the final, probably they would have won it because that season, what Man United lacked that season was a proper finisher. Going to the final against Villarreal without a proper finisher was a problem for Man United. And if he had signed with Man United the season before then, therefore don't win like at least 2 trophies because Man United went to the semi-finals of the Europa League the previous season, went to the finals, lost, and 2 semi-finals. I think against Sevilla they lost one, against Villarreal they lost. So and against Atletico Bilbao. So if they had gotten a striker then, or if he had signed, but not compare Bruno. Bruno is a star player and he gets trophies.
The problem is that he's 30.
Yes, and the
Well,
problem is
how
that they are
long will you
selling
stay?
him another pipe dream to
Yeah,
stay
what
to
I'm
win
saying.
the
How long will
Premier
you
League.
stay to win the Premier League? Because Manchester United is going to win the Premier League in the next 2 years. He's going to be 32 years.
Bro, you have midfielders of above 30.
That
in your
32,
team.
I'm
that
just
in
giving
the
an
next 2
example.
years
If
is
you are-
not
If
guaranteed.
you are
though.
Bruno, for example, you are
Yeah.
Bruno, and Real Madrid is coming.
No, normally that Real Madrid. No, see, you get one thing where I didn't like this bias. Now Real Madrid, I go consider them. I go sleep over them. I not go even sleep. I go dream over them. I go down wear the jersey for my dream. But my loyalty will still be play for Man United 1 more year.
Okay,
See where it
yeah,
ends.
so he's been there for almost 5-6 years with their captain. But
And he's gotten the numbers for Man United.
yes, he has gotten
It's
the
time
number.
to
For me,
But
for
not
me,
time to
I
this time to wait John the talk now. I just say now in the
Conte,
pressure.
Patiro,
Now in the pressure,
simple.
Man City.
Time to say goodbye,
if,
man.
if you look at him, Bayern Munich is at some
point
wanted
wanted
to buy him.
Mhm.
Real Madrid is looking to buy him, but I don't think they need it. Probably they want to.
The rumors is 90 million.
Yes,
though.
they want to replace Modric if he
Yeah.
leaves. But Modric is probably trying to sign another contract. But if I'm going to Bayern Munich, I'm sure about Bundesliga. I thought I go win Bundesliga. I know it's sure for
Okay,
me because if you go to Real
when
Madrid,
you're, when
you
you're
are
building, when you're building, you don't just discard the experienced players.
nobody is discarding
Nobody
the
is
player.
discarding
making
it. They are
the
getting
decision.
value
See,
for money.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why Amorim said he is going to be there with the project. You get, because you just can't come in and discard the old player.
You don't understand.
You no,
You're not
I understand.
discarding.
I
I'm talking that Bruno can
I understand
decide
what
on
you're
his
saying.
own.
I understand what you're saying, but with Real Madrid offering now, as the coach, I have a one-on-one conversation with Bruno. You get, talk to him, see if he can stay the 1 or 2 year contract, and maybe we get the best out of him and get a team around him
The
that
1
they
or
can
2
learn
year
from.
contract so that we can go on a free. Bro,
It's not
collect
going,
on
see,
90
even if you
million
want to
now.
go on a free, no problem.
I'm not even talking about the money. I'm talking
It's not-
about
it's not
him
the money,
winning
because
big
you see,
trophy. Because
look at
one, if they are playing Champions League football, you
Mhm.
might, even though the man you might not win it, you might say, okay, at least I play Champions League football every season.
Yes,
You might.
but that's
But
not
you
even
are not,
guaranteed.
you are not playing Champions League football. You are 30
This,
Yes.
superstar.
this anti-Man U, they will still play Champions
They
League
are not
football.
playing.
They will
See,
still play.
don't let anybody
This
play
anti-Man U
color
conversation
with
we
your
are having,
destiny.
I don't
Bro,
understand.
take your destiny by your hand.
Now, but
Bro,
they worry you now.
it's not about bad belly.
Okay,
No,
fine.
no, but
You
they worry
are
now.
you are watering down somebody's career in
No,
the promise
because
of
he's the
winning Premier
captain.
League.
He's the captain of the
It's
side.
gaslighting,
He's the
man.
best player in the side.
You're gaslighting the best player in the
He's
side.
the most important player or the most important piece in the team.
Okay, finally, he talked about Rashford. When he asked about Rashford, he said, I know Rashford really well, and everybody knows the talent that he has.
Mhm.
So I already spoke about that. He's a top player if he wants. He's a top player if he wants. That means he's saying that Rashford decide when to play well and not to play well.
Same
And so
thing.
I'm not surprised to see him doing well on loan. For us, it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing that he's come back. It's a good thing that they will sell him for more money. So he will decide that in the summer. But let's get your prediction for that game. Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. Who wins?
Another draw. Arsenal play draw. Nottingham Forest play draw. The points remain.
You don't turn Pedro overnight.
Another draw. It's just what it is.
Okay, another John, what's your prediction for that game?
Nottingham Forest 3-0.
Nottingham
Now,
Forest.
also, now, but the leg is another draw. 2-2
I'm
draw.
entitled to a
1-1
opinion,
draw.
bro.
Maybe.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Amorim is trying to build this Manchester United team to win. And not to, he said that he's going to win, but it take them a couple of years for them to win that Premier League title. But first is step by step, qualify for the top 4. Maybe do it back to play a Champions League back to back before you talk about doing the league maybe in 3 years' time. Okay, let's go to our YouTube channel and John, just read some of our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Welcome, Joseph Kennedy. I can see you. Felipe, you are back.
Yes,
you are back.
yes.
Welcome to the show. And if it's the Paul, we can see you. Okay, John.
Yeah, glad to have you guys back here. It's nice seeing you guys all over again. Emmanuel Okitipi. I'm saying then they can't meet you, they can't we they talk quality, they call Chelsea. And some people will disagree with you, but then you know, Okitipi is also saying that Wolves will win. And Felipe Dantas is saying, look, I'm from Brazil again. I came to say that my team, Corinthians, won the final against Palmeiras and became the Sao Paulo champion. Congratulations to you. Afizi Paul is saying, no, so you explain tire. West Ham will lose. West Ham will lose 5-0. Okay.
Bring it on.
Okay. And then Emmanuel is saying, so Man U is now an underdog to Forest. Now, wow. Forest will win.
For una eye.
Forest
For una
will
eye,
win.
Man United underdog. And they look na one kind eye. Even Forest said they say Man United na champions. So
Now
they
wait
just
till you
claim-
go talk so that they go feel good about it. They enter inside pitch, give them
so
that
they go consider them with, they will play them with a little bit of fear. According to Nuno Ward and the captain, we'll play with a little bit of caution and fear.
Excuse
Now,
me.
Man United
Excuse me.
top.
In this
See,
game, they are
Man United
underdogs.
is a top
They are not
team.
a top team,
Are
bro.
they underdogs, yes or no, in this game?
No,
Thank you. Yes, they are.
Man United is not an underdog.
They
You
are
know,
Nottingham Forest.
confirmed underdog. They are, in fact, they are Chihuahua.
Ferguson said
Man
something-
United is Chihuahua right now.
Ferguson, I can't forget that quote. Ferguson said something about Manchester City, and when he was still there, probably after a year after he retired, he was asked if Manchester City will ever be like Manchester United will go into that debut as underdogs. He said that not in his
Not
lifetime.
in his lifetime. He not come up for the job now. So
No, he said that not in his lifetime.
Now, as a coach,
No,
As
as
a-
he died
he made a
alive.
case-
No, is he dead or alive?
he made a statement as a coach Not in
No,
my lifetime.
I think it's
Until he retired from football, he never went into a game against
no,
City
he made
as an
That's-
underdog.
that's
he
not
didn't,
what
he didn't
meant.
understand. In his lifetime means not in his lifetime. as a
Now
coach.
you understand the sentence. I don't think how I take understand the
Okay, let's
sentence.
move away
That
from
will
the
concern
Now
you.
how I take understand the sentence, I go interpret them.
Okay, let's move away from the Premier League and move to Spain. Move to Spain. The Copa del Rey is happening today, and finally on our YouTube channel. And Manuel is saying at Nonso, but why you they support this United and Western side? Self support people will get hopes of winning now. Okay.
Which hope?
No, him not.
Now
he,
Wolf.
he
Now
don't
Wolf
like
get
to
the
win
hope.
trophy.
I
You
reached
don't like
trophy
to
2
win
years
trophy.
ago now.
Okay, let's
I
move
get
on.
them before
Let's
the
move on to
property.
Copa
You
del
will
Rey.
get them. Not be that same year you win the Champions League. Why you call the toss which I get them before?
Let's-
The same year you won the Champions League.
How
I won
many
the
trophy?
Conference
How
League.
many trophy dey your cabinet?
You know me. FA Cup in my cabinet. Conference League in my cabinet.
Yes.
Premier League in my cabinet. Now account. We played in my cabinet. From times immemorial. You know concern you well.
1902.
Okay, let's move on to the Spain and talk about the Copa del Rey happening today. The first leg, second leg of that game is happening today. Real Madrid will host Real Sociedad in that second leg. The first leg ended 1-0. Real Madrid going away to win that game 1-0. Now they play at the Santiago. In this game, it's going to be interesting because we are expecting Andagula, Hendrick to start. Some of these players to start because they have a 1-goal lead in that game. But Real Sociedad can surprise them, but they are not actually done well this season. But in this game, we expect Real Madrid to go to the final of this Copa del Rey.
Yeah, we're expecting them to go far. You know, it's going to be a tough game. Like I said, a couple of teams in the La Liga just know and have your mumu button ready for games like this. But, you know, I expect them to go through. Let's see how the game goes. But on the other side, we are still waiting for the feedback on that ruling. Are these guys going to get a ban? And if you ask me, I feel they should.
They will not get a
Really?
ban. It's Real Madrid we are talking
They
about.
should give them a ban first.
Why are they banning them?
Just for celebrity, you now ban me.
Yes?
Okay, now so in this game, what do you think will happen in this
Yeah, but
game?
they don't enter another team. But they don't enter another team. But in this game, let's talk about the game at hand, not the Champions League game, because they go still beat Arsenal. So I don't even get whether they get the ban or they don't get the ban, they go still beat Arsenal. So let's leave the ban one side and talk about this game. 1-0 win in the first leg was not enough.
Mhm.
We saw performance, we saw everything, but it was not enough. The performance was not enough. The running was not enough. The play style was not enough. They were not convincing. But coming to the Santiago now, I feel like they will start there because you were mentioning Andagola, Hendrick, Camavinga, and I'm like, okay, fine. You mentioned Kami can start in midfield. Andagola starts. Come on now, ahead of Brahim Diaz. So you know we are going to see maybe a clear on the bench. Brahim Diaz starting. And then Daniel Ceballos starting as well. We might see this player start in midfield. Ceballos, Brahim Diaz, Valverde. Since Vasquez is back, he can go back to his right back while Valverde comes back to midfield. Now I can see these people start, and in the second half we'll do a little bit of a little sub and see if we can get the best players in. That's if we don't get the results in the first half, then we'll get the best players in to finish up the game. But if we start with the best players and you look at the bench and you're not seeing quality on the bench, I become to run scared because I like to start with my weaklings who can at least fight for a result or maybe a draw in the first 60 minutes and run down the defense and put in my best and strong players in the second half that could get the result and get the final punch in. So if I can start the Ceballos, the Brahim Diaz, and these people in midfield and get a 1-0 win in halftime, by the time I'm introducing Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo in second half, then you know that I'm getting more goals.
You are winning and you're introducing all these guys.
Calm down, 1-0 will be convincing win.
Mm.
So if I'm playing at least 0-0 draw and I say Rodrigo go in, Luka Modric go in, Jude Bellingham, Ngwa, Osugo, Vini, go. You see, I've made 5 subs. Then Tchouaméni, you are playing defense, go into midfield and join the attacking progress. They see that, okay, by the time I introduce 5 of my players from the bench, including Luka Modric, is coming in from the bench in the 60th minute, I'm getting more than 5 goals in that game.
Okay.
Where was the 5 goals when you escaped with a 3-2 win over the weekend?
I did not escape. I won the match.
You
It's called
escaped with a
fighters.
3-2
It's
win.
called fighters mentality. They play to the final because you said, see, let's go back to Germany. You were the same person hyping up Bayern Munich for winning with same 3-2. You said they play like champions. Man Madrid now play 3-2. It can't be problem. Why be Real Madrid? Why If I raise standard for another, wait.
See,
If I raise standard for a coach, you go say that because na me I dey raise standard. Why I no use the regular standard? Now why you not using the
I
same
like
standard?
the fact you are talking big now. 5-5-0 in this encounter. You bring in 3 sub or 5 sub, and you have 5 goals. Where was the 5 goals in the previous game?
The previous game is different.
Okay,
Moving on.
Let's get operation for that game. Who wins?
In the ask.
Real Madrid wins for no.
Real Madrid now all the way. Now who was asking if why I support Man United and West Ham and the rest? Real Madrid win. Tomorrow Atletico Madrid shut down. You understand?
Okay, John, who wins in this game?
A draw, man.
A draw.
I'm waiting for a shot.
If it's a draw, then
They
Real
still
Madrid
qualify.
qualify, go to the final.
They go to the final.
Let's see
So
what happens.
They are losing. Don't worry.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Okay, let me open the phone lines for you to call us to give us your own contribution about this game. All these things we are talking about, especially the Premier League. Give us your prediction of today's Premier League. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Okay, let's take the first call of the day. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good
Name and
morning.
location, please.
Okay, it's Manchester United, OG. From,
Okay, what is your contribution?
Welcome.
I'm not happy with John. I don't have the chance to come, but John makes me to come. He's calling Manchester United underdog. Hi. It's an insult to all United fans. John, you need to apologize to us. I'm telling you the gospel truth.
But this is but this is people are underdog this season.
If Manchester United is not doing well today, it's not that they are underdog. When you look at their history, it's Manchester United first, Liverpool second.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are not doing well today, don't mean that they are underdog.
scrap that. It's Liverpool first, Man United second.
After this
In
season.
terms of the trophy, I'm talking about 20 times trophy.
They have
Premier
5
League,
Champions League.
Premier League. No, we are not adding champion. I'm talking about
Okay,
the
now
Premier
you don't want
League.
to add you see my fans. Then the man will go with debate from. Okay,
No,
go on.
20 times champion, then the other one is 19. And the John is calling us underdog. It's only 6 they have in their box. And it's calling United underdog.
Oh,
It's an insult to United fans.
Mm.
You don't need to say such a thing.
Yes.
Whenever you want to say something, you want to talk before you say it out.
All right.
People are listening to you. Call Manchester United underdog.
Wait.
but going into this game, you will beat your hand for your chest.
Yes. What we're talking
Say
about
you go
underdogs.
win.
We're talking about this season. They are underdog this season, not history.
Not
You are
history.
sitting 14th, I be 13th, man.
He said it. He said that Manchester United is underdog.
This season now. This season.
That Manchester United is underdog. This
Now,
season.
Okay, John.
Are you the
They are
upper dog?
Chihuahua this season, not even underdog.
Wait.
Chihuahua.
Manchester United, OG, I have a question. I have a question.
Champions League, you can't win anything this season. Even Chaco, you can't win it.
OG, I have a question for you.
Chihuahua.
Thank you very much.
OG, I have a question for you.
Let me say something. You said Manchester United 3-0.
Mm.
They're going to beat United. You thought United will allow Nottingham Forest to beat them 3-0. Go tomorrow.
Okay.
What happened in your home?
Tell you that 3-0 you said is not going to happen.
All right. Thank
You
you.
see what will happen.
All right. Thank you
So
very much.
relax. When Manchester United finish their rebuilding, you see United stronger and stronger.
Amen.
Let me just tell you something. Forget what you are seeing now. Maybe the next season you watch United
Okay.
the way they are going to play.
All right. Let's
I
see.
get you. I like your faith.
All
I
right,
get
thank
you.
Okay. Let's see.
Aspire to Maguire,
Let's see
to perspire.
if Man U is going to build. I'm glad to see next season because this season is where I'm actually interested in because I'm not actually count Amorim this season because he just came in November.
Of course,
So we
nobody
are going
should.
to look when he start buying own players, and just the same way I'm looking at Liverpool with one eye. When all these 3 star players go, he start
It's
buying.
thank you. Now we'll now have
What if he now buys and he now wins the trophy
And
again?
then he's doing well. Then let's take up more calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Good morning, bro.
Okay. All right. Your contribution.
You're annoying some people. Anyway, let me stop your risk. Saying this underdog is not an insult. It's comparing the team we are playing against, the current situation. I'm a fan of Man U also. But it's not even team, it's about the part. The factual, another is virtual, and the team currently, and the both of the team. They are playing against Nottingham Forest, which are of them. It's not easy to get ahead. I mean, this is not better than you. You have played with them, this is when they won you. So, I played against the team that you can't put yourself and say you're going to win. But another way to use that they are favorite to win.
Yeah, favorite, yes.
Not like a surprise, a shock, and it's still a shock and a surprise for Man U to win them. That is it. So Man U is an underdog going to beat them. That is their state now. You can't deny the fact. Until that Man U is being built and they start doing well, they will not force them to say that Man U is doing. Man U will do well. And then we talk about it. That's the key of journalism. It's based on what you are seeing, even though you can predict back. But it's currently.
Yes.
So that is the situation of them. It's not wrong in any way. That is the current of the situation of the team. And you can't be to them, the Man U is beating them. For me to shock and be surprised. So you cannot ask them to put my money. I will put my money on beating them. They are beating them this season. And still better. They are ahead of the group. So what are you saying? They have 420 players to do that now. This current Man U, what think they beat? What are they at their 14th position? Think they are that good enough. They'll be competing for the league.
Yeah.
If not that way, you play against Liverpool or Arsenal, yeah, say they want that because you can't say that another person to be in these two teams. In City, you think, oh boy, let's see what is going to happen.
Okay, thank you very much.
So that's just the point.
All right, thank you.
I think that's the point he's trying to make. He's not wrong anyway. If you feel offended, I think he's sorry, but just understanding this and context, they have been used.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Remember, guys, we are not fighting in the studio. We are not quarreling. It's just fun. We're having fun everywhere in the studio. So if you say that your team is not doing well, we're not trying to offend you. We're just trying to tell you currently that your team is not doing well, and it's the facts. Okay, let's take more calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Bonaventure calling from Osuka.
Okay, Bonaventure from Osuka. Okay. What is your contribution?
For today's game, that match between Nottingham Forest and Man U, I don't think it's going to be easy. So I'm giving the win to Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
And I will be praying that Real Sociedad do us a favor by beating Real Madrid.
You are there, bro.
I don't know which kind of football you watch. It's like you don't follow La Liga. They're saying that Real Madrid overcame who? Where the referee was helping them, giving them a penalty that they shouldn't be giving, and deny Real said that the penalty they should give. Even
Thank you.
Should be given to Bill Bellingham for the last man foul. They didn't give him. God, watch that match. And
Bro.
The referee was helping Real Madrid.
Okay.
Bro.
Thank you.
Bro. If he touch you, you go complain.
Thank you for that.
If he touch you, you go complain. I think against Villarreal, I still say it again. If he touch you, you go complain. But if he not touch you, you no complain. Against Villarreal, there was a handball incident. Against Real Madrid, as in the Villarreal player used hand stop ball inside box 18. Referee did not blow. The same thing, exactly the same thing happened to Real Madrid this same match, this season, just last 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. What happened? The same thing happened again, and the referee did not give. Sorry, the referee did not give Villarreal penalty.
Let's take more.
Not give him the penalty, but give Real Madrid penalty.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Mm.
Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, Alex, what is your contribution? Okay, what's the pressure for today's game?
For my prediction, I bank on United. They are not going to lose this game.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest has never been a threat to United. It's just that since these people over Nottingham Forest, they have been doing. I remember the window that they bought about 20 players. I can't remember how many exactly, but I think something players. So they are working to become one of the those formidable teams in the Premier League.
Okay.
That they were before. So to me, as it stands now, based on the form that Alapso United before the international break, I'm not thinking that United are, especially now that my players are informing, sure that they have reached to the pitch. So
Okay.
about this,
Talk about your club.
Right.
Talk about your club.
He said
You are
he really
losing
said
today.
He said their players are
You
back.
are losing
He
today,
said
man.
their players
Talk
are
about your
back from
club.
injury, and
It's
he's
funny how
expecting-
you can't keep it straight about your club. You use
Okay.
2 hours to talk about City. Come on, man.
John, he's told you even teams have their struggling moments. Man United is struggling, same thing as City.
City
Because
is not
if City was
struggling.
not struggling, they would
If-
have been in the
if-
top 4. They would have been contending for the title.
Excuse me.
They are
Excuse
not.
me.
Man United is
Man
not
U
in
will
form.
kill to have City struggle this season. They will kill to have City struggle. They
As
should hope.
how?
They should hope
As
to
how?
have the type of struggle
You're talking
we are
about the
talking
biggest team in
because
England.
Manchester United struggle has no cure. You
You're
don't know
talking
where
about
to
the
tackle
biggest
it
team.
from.
You're talking about the
You are
biggest
in a
team.
death spiral to relegation right now. That's
You're
where you
talking about
are.
the
And
biggest
anything
team.
you say other than that, you
According
are
to you,
delusional.
when we said the
And
biggest
you are not
team
the
in
biggest
England,
team because Liverpool is the biggest team in England right now. And you are in
they are
the
equal.
you are in a
Liverpool is going
relegation
to
battle
equal.
right now,
Liverpool is
man.
going to equal
You are
the
in a
record.
relegation battle
According
right
to all
now.
of us in this studio in England, Man United is the biggest team in England. Now, when you count
according to
Champions
who?
League, because when I said this, I said Liverpool first, Man United second. They said no in England. They moved Champions League. So if you
We are
remove
not
Champions
removing
League,
anything. All bets are off.
if you remove
Liverpool is the
Champions
biggest
League,
club.
Man United is the biggest club in England.
Okay, let's see
So
what
don't
happens.
compare them to anybody.
Let's
But
see
they are
what
going
happens.
on relegation.
Let's see what happens in today's game. Arsenal play Fulham, Nottingham Forest will play Manchester United. Let's hope that let the best team win. Or if you have more luck, you win the game. Sometimes you play well, you don't win games. So let's see what happens in those games today. Okay, finally on our YouTube channel, and Emmanuel Okitibi is saying United fit even end the weekend as 15th, and he's running away. Finally, Icon Fashion One, welcome to the show. He said, John, I heard you say clearly. In fact, I will pin this message now that you said Man U is an underdog to Forest. I will reply you after 90 minutes.
I'll be shocked if you actually do.
All right, let's see. Tomorrow we'll come back here and talk about these games. Let's hope they will give us a whole lot of goals because I like watching games. I don't like watching 0-0 games. I like 4-3. 5-3.
Score the goal. Let's see.
Let's enjoy football.
Two strikers, no, never
Tomorrow-
scored 10 goals.
Tomorrow we'll come back here and talk about the other games happening in the Premier League because other games are happening tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll come here and talk about them tomorrow. Okay, happy new month to all our lovely fans. It's April 1. Is it April Fool?
Don't prank somebody anyhow.
Yeah, don't prank anybody anyhow. This Nigeria is tough. Everybody is struggling. Before you prank somebody, someone will just tell you one thing. So let's be good to ourselves and be good to our neighbors. Tomorrow we'll come back here. Vote FM Sports Team will come back here and give you analysis of the games that happened yesterday. My name is Godwin and have a wonderful month ahead.
Hello Enugu and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Enjoy the show.
Now Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a great goal!
Entertainment, news and politics,
Enugu State Governor has sent us
gospel,
and let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Odenibo,
Daalụnụ ndị be anyị ekele m unu Igbo ndị ọma njem ọnụ unu a na-emekwa ọfụma
Awesome programs exclusively on
Volt 104.3 FM.